To receive, you have to release. To receive, you have to release. To receive, you have to release. There is something within you that wants to shift, to change, to show its own true, authentic self. And for that, you have to release. Release what's no longer serving you. Release what's always been deep within that is showing maybe physically on your body. And this can be so many things, like acne, skin problems, digestion problems, headache, the loss of your hair, maybe problems with your eyesight. But let me tell you something. Neano ne. It means to release, to receive. Everyone has their own unique language of the soul. And it's called light language. Everyone has their own. And we can pick up on so many frequencies while channeling, while speaking with this unique, balanced way of our own energy. Sometimes we ask ourselves, where do we come from? What are we planning to do? But there is nothing specific that we are planning to do. We just want to experience and to live. We want to go through all these experiences because we have joy in existing, in feeling, in experiencing, in every way we could possibly experience. You ask yourself why you are here in this specific time, in those specific times. You have the answer because you wanted to be a part of this adventure. It will only be right now in this timeline. You wanted to experience it as human. That's why you are here. You wanted to help shift because you are part of the shift. And yes, this is so exciting, but also can be very painful. I also wanted to unlock my light language because I did before, but I don't have to do it. I have my voice, I have the words that I can reach you, with whom you can understand me. And yes, things might be received through frequencies, through energies, through feelings, through certain things. But sometimes we need to receive words. We need to receive those specific words. Sometimes we only need someone to tell us this one specific thing that we always held within. So you do understand. You just wanted to hear again what you always knew, because you weren't sure about the fact that you already did. You already knew. You don't ever need anyone else to tell you what is true for you, because you already know. But sometimes you just want to hear it from someone else, so you don't feel crazy or alone or anything else in that specific way. So please don't be scared, because we are all scared sometimes to be our own unique, authentic self. We don't need light language. We don't even need words. We don't need to sing. We don't need to write. We don't need anything. We just need to be, to exist, and to see, to receive. There's nothing specific, nothing in specific that we need to do. We only need to be who we are. And we need to just be, to let everything be here. We don't have to achieve something. We don't have to change something. Because we never had to change something. And yes, we might not see that. Maybe we never saw that before. Maybe this is new to us, new for us. And there are those specific words I always receive from my own unique soul's language. They are neano, neanone. And yeah, they mean to release something, but they can also be interpreted to release something, to receive something. And sometimes we only need 2 specific words. Oh yeah, but actually that's all 4 words, right? But who cares? When we are so stuck upon the fact that something needs to be perfect. I mean, we are only hurting ourselves. We cannot be perfect because we are not. We are not, and that's beautiful. Because we cannot fit in any box. You know that already, right? You cannot fit in any box. And that's okay. You don't have to fit in any box. Because you're unique, you're outstanding. I mean, what else do you want to hear? We don't need to feed our ego. We need to fill our soul. Better said, let's fill our body, our emotional body, with our soul, so we can shine from within. You ever wondered why you feel drained? It's because most of the times you're not allowing yourself to be who you truly are. And yes, I like to repeat myself. It is hard in this world, but it is not impossible. I know you might not see that you're not alone, and I've been through this too. I couldn't see that I'm not alone. But when I got in this deep state of just being, with me releasing it all, seeing one specific thing I needed to see or receive, for that I first had to release something, I could finally see I was never alone. There was always this energy that was surrounding me. When I was sad, when I was happy, every time there was this love around me. Some might call it God, some may call it universe, some may call it source, or whatever you want to call it. Christ, Jesus, Holy Spirit. There are so many words for only one thing. And do you know what? It is not only surrounding you, it is within you. Because you are divine. And no matter what your brain says, there is some part of you that already knew. Because you cannot forget what you are really. So, go out there and, better said, go within yourself and see who you really are. I don't mean to ignore your ego, your brain, your anything. I want you to see through all of those layers, through all those masks, and to see yourself. See what really wants to be seen within you. what wants to be heard? Are you suppressing emotions? Is your skin maybe showing you that you're suppressing anger? That you're suppressing maybe jealousy? That you're suppressing the emotion that you don't want somebody else to be happy because you cannot be happy. And you don't want him to be happy because it's so painful for you to see, and you don't want to admit it because you know you are a pure person. This makes you not any less pure. You have to understand and see that. It's okay to feel jealousy. That's part of humanity. You can be angry. You cannot want someone to be happy because it makes you feel pain. But it doesn't mean that you need to act in that way, that you need to stop someone from being happy. That's not authentic. That's not true to yourself. That's what makes those overwhelming emotions, what our ego makes us do sometimes, or wants us to do, because we don't know any way out of it. But there is a way out of it. There is, and it is to allow yourself to feel it without acting on it. Just feel it, just receive it, to release it. Yeah, and this can be quite opposite. Sometimes you need to receive something, to release something. It goes hand in hand. And it is okay. I've been through this lesson today too. Maybe more than just today. More days, more moments. I was jealous. And even though I might not be happy because I don't want to be jealous, because I really want people to be happy, I just wished for me to also be happy. Now my heart aches and it's closing itself because I knew that I was caught up in my ego system. I wished so much to be also happy, and to see someone else being happy made me feel very much pain, because I thought to myself, why can't they be themselves? Why can't they? But I'm not allowed to. When really, it's not someone else limiting me. It is my own created self, my own created cage, to say. And you know who has the key? Yes, you do have the key. So, I know it can be hard to free yourself, but you have the key. And you created the cage, so you know how to break free. Maybe you threw away the key. That's okay. As I said, you created the cage, so you know how to break the cage, right? And you can always shift. In our imagination, there are no boundaries. There is nothing really impossible. We can just shift. We might be creating a cage that cannot be seen. We might be creating ourselves as a little bird sitting in a cage. But what if we turn the cage into something very soft? Maybe we turn it into water or ice, and then we imagine us to be the sun shining there within the cage, and the cage is melting down, so there's no cage. Now you're the sun. It maybe just makes no sense to you, but our imagination, our creativity might not make sense to us, but it is our divine and sacred part of us. Everyone has this part. Some may not be able to tap into it as much as others do. That's because we do have other talents, maybe. You have other talents, and you just need to create balance. You have more of something and then less of something else. But it doesn't mean that you're not abundant, because you are. You chose to be the person you are today with your own decisions. And there is so much abundance within it, and so much wealth and richness, and it's such a gift. You might not be able to see it, but you will be able to see it. Maybe you will shift your side, your eyesight. You will shift the way you see things. You will shift the way you experience life. Maybe you learn to see life from the bird's view, and you understand something you may not have understood before. So there's always a way for you. And now, I wanted to say Neano ne, to release something, to release. See, we cannot be perfect and have problems with speaking, and that's also beautiful, because it is just a unique expression of being a human, being confused, being out of something. But our energy never lies, Our energy is always there. You might perceive me as a person who speaks randomly and sometimes might not make sense. Or maybe you perceive me as a person who makes so much sense to you. I don't know. But behind the words you hear, or you read, or anything else, there is always a certain kind of energy. And that's what you really can receive when you open yourself up to it. Sometimes you just need a silly person that turns around some things, maybe says something funny, you feel this lightheartedness, and suddenly you're opening up and you understand something. Maybe you might not understand the words, but you do understand energy, and you can feel something changed. And that's what you also do with people, without knowing, because your energy is what is needed in this world. Sometimes it really might not matter what you say, but your energy does. Everyone can feel it. Even people who closed off their heart, they can still feel it. Maybe just in a tiny way, like a tiny little amount of this. But yeah, some might project something onto you. And for that it needs clarity to see those things. But that's a topic for another day, right? There are so many things we could talk about and tap into energetically. But for today, for right now, I wanted to say to you, Neano ne. Namaste. May peace be with you, and I bless you. Be blessed. I bless myself and my spiritual team. Thank you for being here, beautiful soul. Thank you for being here, beautiful souls.